When the Indian Army's tanks roll through the salt marshes of the Run of Kutch, when Rafale fighters scream across the skies of Gujarat and Rajasthan, and when naval destroyers take position off the Saurashtra coast, Pakistan's power elite should understand this with crystal clear clarity that India isn't conducting routine drills. This is a calibrated demonstration of overwhelming force and a stark message to Field Marshal Asim Munir. India will not tolerate militarization of disputed zones, and if Pakistan dares another misadventure, the response will be swift, devastating and final. The era of India giving Pakistan's nuclear saber rattling any weightage is now over. From October 30th to November 11th, over 20,000 Indian troops, viewers, will be supported by the T-90s and Arjun tanks, attack helicopters, missile systems, Rafale and Sukhoi 30 MKI fighters, and a fleet of frigates and destroyers will conduct integrated tri-service operations along the western border. More than just testing equipment or validating protocols, this mega exercise is about sending an unmistakable signal to Islamabad. The road to Karachi passes through Sir Creek, and India is prepared to take that road if provoked. Listen in.
आतंकवाद के खिलाफ मगर आतंकवाद के खिलाफ हमारी लड़ाई जारी है। साथियों, आज़ादी के 78 साल बीत जाने के बावजूद सरक्रीक इलाके में सीमा को लेकर एक विवाद खड़ा किया जाता है। भारत ने कई बार बातचीत के रास्ते इसका समाधान करने का प्रयास किया है, मगर पाकिस्तान की नीयत में खोट है, उसकी नीयत साफ नहीं है। जिस तरह से हाल में पाकिस्तान की फौज ने सरक्रीक के सटे इलाकों में अपना मिलिट्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बढ़ाया है, वह उसकी नीयत बताता है। साथियों, भारत की सीमाओं की रक्षा भारतीय सेनाएं और बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स मिलकर मुस्तैदी से कर रही हैं। अगर सरक्रीक इलाके में पाकिस्तान की ओर से कोई भी हिमाकत की गई तो उसे ऐसा करारा जवाब मिलेगा कि इतिहास और भूगोल दोनों बदल जाएंगे मेरे साथियों। और 1965 की जंग में भारत की सेना ने लाहौर तक पहुंचने का सामर्थ्य भी दिखाया।
All right, I'm joined by Major General P.K. Sehgal, who is a defense expert. Now, Major General, a loud and clear and a powerful message to Pakistan. Your comments?
Absolutely and totally. This is in view of the concentration that has been done by Pakistan opposite Sir Creek. They brought in about 6 battalions. They brought in artillery, they brought in missiles, they brought in air defense, and they've also activated their operational readiness platforms in that area. Under these circumstances, India is now launching a tri-service exercise called Trishul from 30th October, that is today, till the 10th of November. It's a very, very clear message to Pakistan that should you dare do anything, India will demolish you in totality. We are a peace-loving nation. We have no intention whatsoever of destroying you. But should you provoke us, we will change your history and your geography. And our defense minister very categorically stated the route to Karachi goes through Sir Creek, as well as this is a tri-service exercise on diverse terrain. There is a marshy land in Sir Creek that was my area of responsibility in 1987. Then over the salt pans of Run of Kutch and in Rajasthan deserts. Alongside, this is the first time that a very major exercise is being carried out called the amphibious exercise, which would also be undertaken in the event of a war on the Makran coast. And Pakistan knows very, very strongly that India means business. They stand totally rattled. They've closed the airspace in Sindh as well as Punjab, and they are absolutely, absolutely nervous beyond an iota of doubt. And India has, once again I repeat, India has no intention whatsoever of invading Pakistan, but should Pakistan once again does any mischief on the border, whether on the line of control or anywhere along the IB or in the Sark area, we are meaning business. We will demolish Pakistan in totality and teach them a lesson of the variety that they've never learned before. Back to you.
Right, and now I have Brigadier Sanjay Khanna, who's a defense expert, joining me. Now, Brigadier Khanna, this time the focus will be on counter-drone operations and communication jamming systems. Your comments?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to the show. Post Operation Sindoor, there we are well aware that there are heightened tensions between India and Pakistan. And like the general was mentioning, Pakistanis had pushed in certain elements of theirs, of the armed forces, into the general area of Sir Creek on their side. And we are aware that since 1965, this has been a place of contention because because the estuary that forms there, it gives a passage into the Arabian Sea. Now, whosoever controls that area will gain an additional access of 200 miles into the sea. Now, that's very, very large. So the routes towards the Arabian Sea, which would encompass trade and other things, those would come under the control of whichever country has access to it. So that is why Sir Creek is important. Now, post deployment of the Pakistanis, we've realized that, and with the kind of statements that Mullah Munir, I wouldn't call him a field marshal, no ways. I call him Mullah Munir, and that's what I'm going to call him. He has been giving feelers that there's something brewing in Pakistan against India, and that is his concept. So keeping that in view, we have, this is though it's an annual exercise which is conducted every year, but we have enhanced the level of the exercise this year, and it is going to be a tri-services exercise which has been earlier also. How is the troops being deployed by the Indian Armed Forces, the weapon systems, the aircrafts, you have the tanks, you name it, whatever wherewithal the Indian Army has, all that is going to be deployed there, and the entire exercise will be validated, especially keeping in mind, a lot of weapon systems which have been developed are now indigenous under the Atmanirbhar doctrine that the Prime Minister has given to the country. Based on that, we are going to validate our own indigenous military equipment also, as well as certain innovations in the tactics that are going to take place, those also on ground. Now, because of the Navy is also deploying more than before, so Pakistanis are very, very scared because they see that India may suddenly launch into Sir Creek by virtue of having the Navy deployed, by the Air Force as well as the Army. So they are very, very apprehensive. Now, the location that is there, it is encompassing the entire Gujarat area of Sir Creek as well as Run of Kutch and parts of Rajasthan. So the ambit of this exercise has been expanded quite a lot. Also, the NOTAM that has been issued, it's been issued for 10 days. And because of that NOTAM, Pakistanis have in turn issued a NOTAM for their Air Force. Now, what is NOTAM? It is Notice to Air Mission. That implies that either of the countries, because we have both the countries have issued NOTAMs, it implies that no aircraft up to a certain height, like in our case, it's 28,000 feet, no unauthorized aircraft will fly in the designated areas. If they have to fly above the height of 28,000 feet. Now, this is basically being done to validate, to ensure safety. Because
Brigadier Khanna, we're running out of time. I'll have to interrupt you. And with that, we're slipping into a short commercial break. We'll be back on the other side.